Hey, and welcome to week 2 of Unit 1, Activity 3. I wanted to go through what's left in this activity in the introduction of various viewpoints and looking at social science research. So on the main course homepage, I posted in the announcements week 1 and the schedule that goes along with that in terms of the assignments that you're going to be working on. So what we've accomplished so far is that we've looked at the idea of various viewpoints when we're looking at issues through social sciences. And we started looking at Renee Spitz's work when it comes to looking at orphan children and attachment. And so what we're going to do is we're going to carry on this week with that content. I wanted to go really slow so that we could engage in the discussions, have time to process the information that's going to lead us to posting in where we're going to end up is the hot topics. And so I'm going to go through each of those assignments that we're going to be working on this week. So last week, this anticipate discussion was due, and it was to start investigating this whole idea of what Spitz's work was and what implications it has for us. What we're going to be doing is using that discussion and the information that we have in content in order to write a reflection that has guided prompts that we're going to work through. So let's get into it. What exactly do we need to do? So I'm going to go to content, usually the very first place that I want to go because I want to make sure I have all the information. So I'm going to Unit 1, Activity 3. And we've completed these activities looking at the circle of viewpoints. You watched this and participated in the Connect Extend challenge, which was defined there in the discussion. And you can go back to those discussions and see what each of you posted or read through. So we looked at the ethics of social science research and the types of social science research. And then after reading through the information here, this is where the information about Renee Spitz's work started. I included a few extra pieces. So I included a video. I gave a video warning, and your assignment on Friday was to participate in this discussion where you use the information you had. There's a couple of extra resources here, and then respond to these. So in terms of why would he have chosen institutions, what are the viewpoints, and what do you think Spitz discovered? So having participated or not, that information is going to be really important to us in order to go forward with the next part, because we're also going to be reflecting on what some of our peers stated. And so we can actually go through that anticipate discussion. So you can find that both in the course home in the announcements, it will lead you to that discussion. You can go here and find that in the discussions. You can also find that, as you just saw, in the content. That right down here is actually that discussion, that you can actually view that discussion right there. So we're looking at what our peers stated about those 3 prompts, Renee's research, and what connections you can make to it. And so all of our peers' posts are right here. There's even replies to some of them so that you can look at what some of the other peers posted or commented on in particular. So all of that information is really important. It's going to help guide us, because what we're going to be doing is looking at this particular assignment. So let's go to content. Okay, so more down here is that, excuse me. So after we participated in Anticipate, and we can review all of what our peers and ourselves, what we said, then we can start looking at what he found from his research. I've attached another little document here, and there's some more information there. And then what we're going to do is looking at today, this is what we want to work on, is that we want to make sure that we're posting in the discussion, taking all of that information. Spitz did believe the results from a study were beneficial for the uses and who were involved in childhood development. Do you agree? Were the observations that he made notable, damage, or trauma experienced by children involved in the studies? So you're going to have to do a little bit of research in terms of what they found out. Add 2 or 3 sentences, response to your discussion, and respond to a peer as well. So you are going to be writing a couple of like 1 or 2 paragraphs, and you're going to add information where you're explaining this information using the information that we've gathered from both the discussions as well as the information that's posted in this content. So there's some more information on ethical research. We're not necessarily doing anything connected to that, but it will have an impact on what we're doing in this assignment. So I wanted to point out for this assignment, there's actually 2 components. Number 1, it's both a discussion and it's an assignment that you need to post your assignment into. So number 1, there's a part A. So taking all of that information that we've been participating in, you need to participate in this discussion. And now the due date is at the end of the week, but you're going to want to have participated in this long before that, because also what's due at the end of the week is your assignment. So you're going to post in the discussion, and this is about cell phone use, and it's connected in that way, where we're talking about parents and cell phone use, or even children and cell phone use. So in the discussion for this one, you're going to read through the outline of what this assignment's all about. Cell phone use, post your responses. Do you think that this is true in terms of looking at...
Sorry for the interruption, but could I second you?
You're going to look at the information above and you're going to post in the discussion based on that. And when I go to the discussion, there's actually a few people who have already posted. So you want to make sure that you've got the information that you need. Right here, there's the context. And then you're going to post to these responses, these prompts based on that. And you're going to post just down here. And you should also comment on your peers' posts in order to do this. You're going to use that information. Let's come back here to the content. You're going to use that information to then write some information, 3 or 4 paragraphs. I would say most of you are going to end up at about 3 paragraphs. If you're wordy like I am, you might have a little bit more, but it's wanting you to write a response to this in proper form. So you would have an introduction stating what the information is that you're going to talk about, and then you're going to present your viewpoint as to what you feel about this. So using the information you and your peers posted in the discussion above, answer these questions. Who might benefit from this study? And what viewpoint would be represented? And how do you feel about this particular research or this type of research? So again, we're using the information posted in the discussion. And then you're going to choose what information you want to gather from here and your own information, and you're going to write your own assignment based on that. Okay, so when you're done with the writing of that, then you can submit that work. So that's an assignment. So first the discussion and posting and gathering all that information, using that information to write and submit your work. So that is the ending of Unit 1, Activity 3. We want to make sure that we understand Spitz's work, and then we're going to take that and apply it in a new context to look at both social science research as well as the idea of attachment and cell phone use. I hope that helps, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me.